So we're here for Team 2. We've also got some mini releases and also the 2 or at least 1 SBC that we got midweek. Let's go through them and see what ranking everybody's in. So we're going to start off with seeing what the old one was. This is from last week. I would say they're probably about right. I might even go as far now actually playing with Dempsey to go a little bit lower for him. I do think, to be fair, Prince, she could be considered up there, but I'm still going to keep her there. Cola's about right. Janola, Bobby. Yeah, I think that's probably about right in terms of my estimates now. And we've got a new set. And to be honest, this set again is absolutely crazy. So straight off the bat, we've got a few of the lower ones. So you've got the likes of Harry Kuehl. You've got yourself a Rosicki, wherever he is. And you've got yourself a Park Ji-sung. So straight with them, let's see if we can go over here. We've obviously got Team 2 because we'll go into the mini release as well, as there's so many questions there. They're all coming in at pretty much the bog standard now. I can imagine this mini release is going to be filled with a lot of juniors by the looks of it. We did get a Xabi Alonso Jr. as well, which we'll go into him as he is the objective, but he did have a Prime version, I don't know what they call, just the Golazo icon rather than the junior, last week actually in the team. So Harry Kuehl is coming in with a 4-star, 20,000 coins with a rapid and power shot. I'd give him a good run in there. Rosicki with the tiki-taka Travella at a 4-4 and Park Ji-sung with a 4-4 as a left mid. So if you're looking to improve your team, make sure you're heading over to lootbar.gg. They are the best and most reliable coin service you can find. Also with the best 24-hour manual customer service that you physically cannot find anywhere else. But before finishing on lootbar.gg, make sure you are using the code JT11, 8% off your first ever transaction and then 5% off every time after that. Once you've gone through the payment, you'll be able to get your coins within the next 24 hours, absolutely guaranteed. Also with the code, you'll be able to get 5% more coins on every transaction. Make sure you do click the link either in the description or down in the comment section below. Using most of their top versions, I kind of got a gist of where they're all coming from. I would go personally for me, I would go Harry Kuehl in the A+, just purely on the basis of that 4-4. The rapid really helped the card, so I can imagine going down a little bit of a rating is not going to take him that far down. When we look at the likes of Rosicki and Park, I would go 1 up just purely on the work ethic that he has got. He only lost +2, well, he lost 2s across the board pretty much compared to the 92, and he is not a 5-star, so that's going to take him down massively in terms of the rating compared to that 92. Then obviously we have JJ Okocha. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. Genuinely, both versions of him. I really don't understand why he's so cheap. Like, genuinely, this guy is fantastic. He's coming in at 90,000 coins. 5-5. He's obviously got himself a 5-4 on his 23,000, but really we've only lost 1s and 2s across the board. He does change the playstyle pluses, which, to be honest, with the finesse and ping pass, it's a nice combination. The chip shot and trickster, they know what they're doing there. I'm not a big fan of them, so I would go into the A+ with him, and I really liked the 91. The 90 JJ, I'm surprised, is 90k. I thought it'd be at least a couple of hundred. Same as Van Persie. Again, another card that I thought would be in, not necessarily the top of the top, but genuinely in price-wise, I thought he was going to be a little bit more expensive than 57. I think that arguably is one of the better strikers you can get for the price. 57,000 coins. Technical, not my favourite, but definitely some people's. And finesse, fantastic. Great pace. He's got a lovely upgrade compared to his base. I really don't see the problem with that. And even then, he's got a bigger upgrade compared to the junior as well, which was free anyway. So that for me is the biggest one that I'm like, how on earth is he so cheap? Other than that, we got Marquez. I think he's fantastic. Let alone that he could go into the Heroic Chronicles, so he could be a 91 on top of that. So you are getting an SBC that has got how many days left? I'm pretty sure this SBC threw me a second because it's like 60 days left to get him done. So you got him until the 30th of May. For some reason, he's just there for the whole time. It's like he's an icon SBC that is just there for so long. So you've got loads of time, but obviously with the Heroic Chronicles, that has technically gone now, so you can only get him in a 90. I still think he's a fantastic option. Anticipate, Deadpool Plus, I mean, it's going for more power than anything, but we can still make that work. And I think we've got Sol Campbell. Brilliant centre back. Not top of the top, but definitely within that top 10, top 15 centre backs on the game every single day. Then we've got Prince will go obviously one lower than her 94. I think it's a good card, but the 94 is cheap enough. I wouldn't really go for that 91, to be honest with you. You could even go one down, but I'm gonna keep it respectable there. And then we've got the team from today. Now, Valali, very much like kind of last week with Berbatov, fantastic player. Now, this is where I'm kind of like, do I split a little bit? Because when it comes to the striking side of stuff, I think he's absolutely up there. But then when we look at someone like a Drogba, I don't know if I'd go S+, but I personally take him over Berbatov and Valali. And you could argue that maybe the S is the kind of category for them. But that is where maybe changing the list and kind of having more of a split between them, because I do think when you kind of look at the strikers in general, there's a lot of S and A+. You know who the S pluses, the S and A's, sorry, the A pluses. You know who the S pluses are. They predominantly run the game completely. Like, you know Jarzinho's going up there. You know Roberto Carlos is going up there. You know Puskás is going up there. That's an easy one. And to be honest, I really don't know how on earth Roberto Carlos has yet again got another card. 828,000. Again, we've not even got the Supreme Golazo icon pack yet. So I really don't know what this is going to do to the market once that comes out. But already we've got Jarzinho at 5.6. Puskás at 5. Roberto Carlos is under $1 million already. And we're getting there for Kaká and Vidic also. So it's going to be a very interesting one. Obviously, with Vidic, I think he's absolutely phenomenal as well. He puts himself, I think you could argue top 5, and I think realistic, you're looking at top 7 at a minimum. When you think of Virgil, you think of a Maldini. Some people don't like him this year. Lucio, Company, even Renata's throwing herself in the mix. Rio, he is definitely putting himself amongst that crowd every single time. A great pace increase, great rating increase as well. A phenomenal centre-back if you want one. The only thing is, it's aerial and also bruiser. I'd argue that potentially you would probably want like an Anticipate instead of the bruiser, but you can't pick everything. Now with Kaká, again, another cracking player. And mainly, again, for me, the Rapid Plus. It puts him in that funny position where if I kind of wanted him in kind of more of a box-to-box role, it just isn't going to work for him. The one thing that is nice for this card, compared to the other two, he has got the positions of left mid, or left wing in fact, right wing, striker or cam. Arguably, you could go for more of a centre-forward role with that Rapid Plus, but I put him kind of in that role of like a 4-3-1-2, whereas that cam in the middle that just pushes with them, you kind of have him as a third or potentially fourth player that goes through. So you could either do that or go with a 4-3-3 fourth variation where you have him at that cam, but he pushes forwards. It's almost like that second striker. He did wonderful. Now, would I go with the S+? I don't think he's quite in that S+ category. You could argue, and again, a lot of people are going to get onto my back with this, because I think you could argue the same with Bobby Charlton. So I'm going to potentially put him up there just purely on that I don't think Bobby Charlton comes down one. So I think if I'm going to be respectable for the list, he's got to go up. Even though I'm kind of now under the assumption maybe both of them should be dropped down into the S. Let me know your opinions on that, because I do think Kaká is wonderful, but I think the thing that would take both of them to that S+ would be that 5-5. Let me know your thoughts on that one. Xabi Alonso as the new objective. He is the junior objective from this week, like how Van Persie was, 90 rated, and again, a fantastic player. He's a really, really good upgrade, at least from what you could have had before. The 93 is packed quite a lot, so whether you've already got him, he's coming in at a whopping 500,000. So to be fair, you're getting yourself a little bit of a good deal. It's only 2s across the board, 4-star, 4-star, which is the same, intercept and long ball pass, which is the same. I think that's a fantastic objective. Absolutely brilliant. Then we have the likes of the new heroes. We obviously have Harry Kewell, Park Ji-sung, and Rosicky. Park Ji-sung, great centre mid. The only thing that I get with him is that kind of the defensive side of stuff isn't necessarily as prominent as the attacking side. And that's still absolutely fine. We kind of see that with a lot of box-to-boxes. The one thing I do like about him, that 5-5 is beautiful. His agility on the ball is absolutely fantastic. And let alone that, when it comes to these heroes, is they're all going to come in so cheap. We're looking at 700 already. We're only barely 24 hours in. I can imagine he's going to drop down massively with that Supreme, then Rival Rewards, then Champs Rewards, then all the other packs throughout the week. He's got to come down in value, and that's going to be fantastic for his price. We have then Harry Kewell at 3-3-5, another 5-5 winger, rapid plus power shot. Brilliant. And then we also do have Rosicky, who is a bit of an upgrade, a 4-5 incisive technical. He's not quite as kind of good as the rest, in my opinion. I think with Harry Kewell and Park, they definitely solidify themselves in that S. But I think Rosicky, to be honest, only goes one above, to be fair to him. I think JJ definitely smokes him out of the water. It's just my personal opinion. Now with Cordoba, a great centre-back. He's got the aerial and intercept. This is kind of what I was liking for a Cannavaro-esque sort of centre-back. That would be the perfect one. He unfortunately can't be lengthy, which is going to be a big sway if you are looking at the acceleration types more than anything. And he is most definitely in a decent price bracket that again would come down. I think for me, he would go into that S quite comfortably. And to be honest, with Lampard, am I going to get smoked for it? Because I think Park's better. I think Park honestly really does come out better. Lampard is fantastic for the upgrade on himself, but I don't know if I'd quite go for him into the S category. Again, let me know your opinions. These are all mine from what I've played with him. He was good, but Park definitely was that slight bit better. And the 5-5 definitely helped that alongside extra pace as well. And then we come into the king himself, Eric Cantona, with a lovely SBC, 1.3 million. Whether we see a big upgrade, do we get a 94-95 in the mini release? Because technically this doesn't look like a junior. It most definitely looks like the top version of him. So whether we do, unless we get potentially a 91, I don't know if they will quite do that, because I think that would be incredible for the SBC. But I was thinking with El Waran having the lower version and the higher version, could it be the same? El Waran technically didn't have the... I don't think he had the note on him to say that he was a... Oh, no, he did. Okay, so Cantona probably is the best version we're going to get. I don't know who else is coming in mini-release other than Nakata, I think. But Cantona in himself, 5-star, 4-star, he easily puts himself at the top there. He's absolutely brilliant going in. Again, when it comes to it, I think Cantona just is that presence in the game. He's brilliant just playing with the ball. So let me know down below what you think about the list. Who would you move up? Who would you move down? And we will see what mini-release does have to bring us either tonight or tomorrow. Peace.